Today, I will go on a little rant because I'm seeing things that's been bothering me. And that reminds me of myself 15, 20 years ago, the way that I was thinking. And these patterns are not healthy. I'm seeing this on the news. I'm seeing this when I'm talking to people. I'm seeing this on YouTube channels and podcasts. I see so many people who want to make money, that's obviously fine. Money solves a lot of the problems in our life, but people have no idea about their relationship with the money. And since everyone is talking about this impending recession, I almost feel like I'm looking at millions of people who are just kind of bracing for this, and they're hoping that it doesn't hurt so much or it doesn't wipe them away. Honestly, that's the most stupid thing I've ever seen. It feels like people are so ready to give control of their lives to other people, to Fed. They're angry for Fed for printing money. They're angry to, I don't know, healthcare authorities for not dealing with COVID today. They should have been. They're angry at politicians for doing things, but they're not getting to the root of the problem. Obviously, you're entitled to your opinions about all of those things, but why would you be the one receiving a lot of money? That relationship doesn't really work that way. You have to define what it is that you need to do right now. So you put yourself in a position and have access to a lot of capital, no matter what's happening out there. So that way you don't have to brace for the impact of this economic recession or slowdown or whatever you want to call that. You actually benefit from it, right? If you watch social media, there's so many quotes of these great companies being built through recession, and people are making billions through recession. You see the common person who was really hardworking and ambitious, and they have no plan on how they're going to not only save themselves, but also benefit from this. And that's just making me super uncomfortable because it does not have to be that way. I used to think like this, and that, every day I wake up for the past few months and I get this feeling in my stomach, and it kind of bugs me. People need to be informed about ways of making money, getting access to capital. More importantly, having a mindset of making their peace with money. So they expose themselves to the signs of making money. You're not going to make more money because you're just meditating. You're not going to make more money because you're praying on it. You're not going to make more money because you're wishing it into existence, and one day from the universe you're going to receive checks in the mail. It does not work that way. So the way it works is you understand what moves money, how money changes shape and form, how money flows based on certain structures such as supply and demand. Once you understand those, you're not at the mercy of the big brothers and politicians or people who have access to money. You can have that control for your life, and no matter what's happening, because guys, good economy, bad economy, good stock market, bad stock market, these have cycles, and we're going through that cycle. And it's not really that unpredictable that this was going to happen either last year or this year. But people feel like, it's just bad luck that I ended up in a recession. No, you did not. You're not prepared to handle it. If you live long enough, 10, 15 years from now, guess what? You're going to go through another one of these in your lifetime. You're going to see probably 4 or 5 of these cycles. And every time this hits, we can't pretend like this never happened before. And it's just, that's just how it is. Hopefully we survive. Hopefully it's not too bad. Hopefully I don't get fired. Hopefully, I'm not expecting to get a raise, but hopefully they keep me around. That's a pessimistic way of living. You can do way better than that. So let's talk about what to do. I don't want to just go on a rant and not leave you with anything, right? I'm going to give you a couple of things that I need you to act on, because time is short and you're more valuable than anyone that you know around, but you need to act on this. The first thing you need to do is you're going to need to work harder than how much you're working right now. You might tell me, Oz, I'm already working really, really hard. How much harder can I work? You can give up certain things. That's why the first point is super important. What are you going to sacrifice short term so you can have long-term benefits? Doing the same thing over and over again. If you have a job that you're putting in 60, 70 hours a week, spending more time there will only temporarily give you more income. You're not really building anything. Instead, I need you to focus on this. Like, what can you sacrifice right now to build something, build your own business, or get access to capital that you can leverage? You can start learning about money. You can start respecting the power that money brings you. I'm not talking about selling your soul for money. I'm talking about, hey, we'll live on this earth and we do all kinds of things to make money, right? And most people are very ethical and they do the right thing. So what would you need to learn about money that you can not only save yourself from economical downturn, but you can also build legacy, you can build residual income, you can build businesses? The first thing you need to decide is that accept that you're gonna need to sacrifice something. And that sacrifice for most people is adding another 2 hours, 3 hours a day to their already busy day to do something to generate that income. To start a business, there are a lot of businesses you can start online. So you can start a business to add that. Yeah. So when you get started, the second thing is you got to give yourself time, because the plague that poisons the entire society right now is the instant gratification. People go to YouTube and they have access to all kinds of content instantly. They go to TikTok and they can't stop scrolling all day long. And, they get that dopamine release in their body. They feel happy about whatever they're doing through scrolling. But when you ask someone to work on something to build it for the next 6 months, they go, 6 months? 6 months? You know how long that time is? Well, the question is, how long have you been checking out TikTok and Facebook and all the other places? What have you learned out of them? I'm going to ask you a question. So if you're using TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you're scrolling. When you're done scrolling, how much of what you've scrolled do you remember? How much of the stuff that you watch, maybe you're watching really motivational stuff, how much of that have you learned? How much of that can you take it away and apply into your life? Very little. Why? Because your mind doesn't work that way. Your mind works in a way that when you need to focus on something for extended periods of time, so you have the depth, not the width of spreading yourself so thin. You're going deeper into something. Whatever that is that you choose to do, that is super important. So number 2 is stay focused on that thing for at least 3 to 4 months. I guarantee you that whatever that you focus on, if you give something your undivided attention, even if it's for 1 hour a day for the next 3 months, you're going to be one of the top % of the people who knows a lot about whatever that topic is, because very few people can do that. It's not easy. It's not supposed to be easy. Separating yourself from 99% of the people and claiming your freedom, your financial freedom, is not supposed to be easy. If anyone else tells you something else, don't trust them. We have, for example, higher level programs for people to work with me. The commitment they have to make is they're going to stay in that industry for 5 years. Yeah. That's not the entry level program, because I only want to work with people who play the long game, right? Very few people do, but those who do that, they reap the benefits 10 times more than anyone else I know. Number 3, decide on what the outcome is. What you measure grows. What are you trying to accomplish? Let's say you took your legal pad right now and wrote down today's date, and you decided that you're going to work on something, and you put the date of your deadline 3 months from now. What will you have accomplished in those 3 months? You have to be very specific. It could be the dollar amount. You can tell yourself that I'm going to add an additional $1,000 of side income to my current income. That could be one option. I'm going to build a business that builds me $5,000, $6,000 a month on income. I'm going to move into a better territory. I'm going to invest in a new skill, new certificate. I'm going to leave my job because I'm worth a lot more than that. I'm going to apply for something else that pays me a lot more. I'm going to find a mentor and listen to that mentor and learn from the best out there in whatever topic they're following. All right. So I'm not going to give you a lot of steps. I think these steps should help you establish a routine. So when you wake up in the morning, you know what your mission is, and nothing can deviate you from it, because you know why you need to do that. You know what you need to sacrifice. You know how long you need to sacrifice for. You know what the outcome will be, because you're so certain that you wrote it down. You gave it yourself 3 months, and nothing can deviate you from that goal. That's how you get through a recession. That's how you get through a pandemic or the election, whatever else is going on out there. And once you do that, something magical happens. At the end of those 3 months, you hit your goals. You go, wow, this actually worked. Then you set another 3-month goal, 6-month goal, a year goal. When you fast forward, You notice that you build a few $1,000s a month, maybe, then it becomes $10,000. That's how you build a 7-figure business. That's how you build an 8-figure business. Not really complex. The reason most people will never get there is because they're not going to have the discipline to do so. How do you have the discipline? Is that by staying motivated? No, motivation is not enough. You might wake up tomorrow and might not feel motivated. People do not need more motivation. They need clarity. If you have clarity, if you know that there's light at the end of the tunnel and that tunnel is 3 months long, all you have to do is, if you're going through hell, keep walking until you see the light at the end of the tunnel. When you get there, you see the results. You just repeat the same thing over and over and over and over again. That's the way it works. So, as I told you in the beginning, I told you I'm going to go on a rant because that's been accumulating within me. I just want to release it. I hope you don't mind. Hopefully this does make sense. Comment below and let me know what your thoughts are. I'll see you on the next video.